opportunity to tell people what literally is going down in the real estate
There's
market.
a lot.
There's a lot of things happening. That's kind of why we're back. by the
Well,
way,
let's
Lyle.
be honest with you. There's not a lot going down in the real estate market.
No.
There's a lot going up in the real estate
Yeah,
market.
there's a lot going up. So that's a good way to put that. But so what we're going to talk to you today about is some of the biggest changes. And you could probably even replace that word change with challenge. Some of the
Yes.
biggest challenges
There's
that
also.
we're seeing. Let's change it. Biggest challenge.
Yeah.
That we're seeing in the real estate market in 2022. Since we've talked to you in November of last year, that was our last show. We always do take December off with all the shows. We just haven't been back yet.
Right.
But since we've talked to you last November, there's kind of been some new challenges that have presented themselves. Okay, we're going to give you 3 of those today. Like, share, invite, comment on the video.
Kim says good afternoon.
Here's number 1. Good afternoon, Kim. Jamie was on here, by the way. Kim, you'd be proud of him.
Yes.
Here's number 1, okay? And this is probably one that most people know about, okay?
Yes.
And I've got a lot to say about this,
Well, yeah.
okay? But probably one of the biggest challenges that we've seen, and it's actually happening again yesterday and today, okay, is you have definitely seen a change in interest rates.
Yes.
They've
you have.
changed just a little bit.
A lot.
Yeah, they've changed a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
So we've went from high 2s, low 3s, to
I'm gonna
5s.
say high 1s.
6s.
I
I mean,
see- I see some high
it was
ones.
there. It was there.
Yeah.
But my point of the matter is the interest rates have changed. Now, let's talk about that just for a
Okay.
minute, okay? Let's talk about that for a minute because compared to the last several years, that's pretty much a big deal.
It is.
You know what I
It
mean?
is,
And,
yeah.
and it is a big deal. There's no light you can put in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like 3 or 6 is greater than 3 every day of the week.
Yeah.
And you're paying more.
Right.
People literally 3 months ago, if they're buying a house today, they're paying on average of $200 to $500 more a month for that same house they could have bought.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with the price of the house, by the way, which we're going to get to.
Right.
It's just literally because the interest rates changed.
The interest rate has changed it that much.
We're getting a lot of questions of, is this going to go back down? When's this going to change? When's
Should I
these
wait?
things- Should I wait? So here's what we're going to say about that. One is this first. I can't even begin to even put my head around or give you any type of advice as to, is it going to go back down? When's it going to go back down?
Yeah,
How?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's soon.
Right.
I don't think that's
I
soon.
personally don't think it's.
I don't think that's soon. But I will tell you that probably there's people today that ask us, should we wait? And they asked us that 2 weeks ago, and we were like, well, it's supposed to keep going up. So you probably ought to lock your rates now, and they've waited, and 2 weeks ago they could have saved another %.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And again, let's be honest with that's what matters to us
Sure.
as the consumer, as the buyers of the houses. That's what matters is what is my payment. That's what matters.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And you're paying more because rates, of course, are higher
Right.
than they are, okay?
Yeah.
So we've been asked the question is, what do you think about it? Well, what we think about it, I think it's going to go up before it comes down.
Well, let's just.
I think it's going higher before it goes lower.
Let's just be honest. I think that's what it's going to do. Just like gas, just like lumber.
Now, people ain't going to like us
just like,
saying this.
No,
but
I
that's
mean,
true.
I mean, it's
We
true.
spit the truth.
It's true.
Okay.
But let's go back for a minute, and I think you was getting ready to go there. But I mean, as of the last little bit, we've been spoiled with low interest rates.
There's no doubt.
Okay.
There's no doubt.
You now? For those of you who thought last year, should I buy a house? Yes, you should have.
should have.
There is so much evidence right now because of the pricing of the homes, because of interest rates.
We're going there in a minute.
You should have. Now the question is, should I do it now? Because
Right.
now they're
Right.
6%.
Exactly.
I bought my house 2007.
Sure.
I 6%.
Right.
You know what I mean? Thought it was good.
Thought it was tickled to death with it.
People who bought the houses in the 80s had 11, 12, 14%.
Right. I know.
So historically, we're still
We're
low.
still good.
We're still low, but we have been spoiled.
With the 3s.
So the
2s.
question that you have to ask yourself if you're in the market to buy a house is, should I do it now?
Right.
Because again,
And can I answer that question?
Yes, you can.
You should do it now if it makes sense to you.
You should do whatever makes sense to you. Again,
If it fits in your pocketbook, yep, you already buy it.
talk to a lender.
Sure.
Find out your payment.
Sure.
And if that box fits you,
Sure.
jump in that box with both feet. Because
Dad's
again,
really, he talking Spanish on here, by the way. He's going
because again, who knows realistically?
Sure.
It could be, and I'm just making up a number because I don't know what it is today. You might know what it is
I don't
today.
know. I know it's going up.
But I know it's going
What
up.
today?
I'm going to, last I heard it's 5.75. Don't know if that's still what it is or not.
Going up.
But next month it could be 7.
Sure.
And again, talk to a lender and say, hey, what's the
Let them
difference?
tell you that, because this is just a smidge out of our ballpark. We deal with it.
We know that
we know what's happening.
we've
with
heard people say this is the house I
Sure.
could afford.
Sure.
And now that the interest rates changed, now this is the house I can afford.
Yes.
So again, get you some scenarios. Ask the lender because again, if anybody studies this stuff, it should be a lender.
I think what you got to weigh out in the whole thing. There may be somebody out there watching this. You're like, well, I mean, yeah, I need a new house. I got a 3.5% interest rate. You know what I'm saying? And I need a new house.
Killer.
What I think that is the X factor here, that's great. But we also, which is going to lead me into number 2, have historic levels of home prices right now. Like where interest rates are up 3%, home prices are up 20 plus, 25 plus.
Exactly.
I think you got to have that conversation with. That's why I was saying if it makes sense for you.
Yes.
I think you got to weigh that out, man.
Listen.
Where's my greatest gain?
Right.
But the other thing that I'm going to say is that's specific to people who own a home now. You got to look at your situation and say, can I, should I? That's going to be a personal decision. For those people, though, that are renting, which is 50% of the marketplace.
Yes, that's where I was going.
6 is still lower than 100.
6 is still lower than 100.
And if you're renting, you're paying 100.
You're paying
You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
You are not having. You don't have any equity.
There's no recognized
Siobhan made
gains.
a great point. That's where I was getting to go. Regardless of the interest rate interest rates today, in most cases, you can still buy a home for less because. Don't be blind to think just because the interest rates are going up and the house prices are going up. Well, you know what else is going up?
Sure.
Rent.
That's exactly right.
Go try to rent a house right now. Number 1, try to find one.
Sure.
Number 2, see if you can afford it. Because, realistically, I've seen people renting 2-bedroom houses for $1,200 a month.
I'm with you 100%. And so there's changes.
Dad is really having a good time.
So that's what we're talking about today is the biggest challenges so far we've seen in the 2022 real estate market, and they're there. It's a real thing, okay? Like, it's a real thing. That's why we want to come to you live, give you the information. Interest rates are changing. They're probably, again, from what we're seeing and hearing, they're probably going to go up before they come down.
We don't want. We're not trying to pull no wool over your eyes and tell you, oh, the interest rates, you better jump in now. I don't know if you should jump in or not now.
I don't either.
But I'm going to tell you, there's a good chance it could go up. So if you're thinking about jumping in, it might be the time to jump in now.
Right. Absolutely 100%. This is episode number 216 of Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by your friends at
Elite Realty Group.
Make sure you like the video, share the video, comment on the video. If you're a first time watcher today, we've got a massive crowd on right now. If this is your first time watching, let us know where you're watching from. We appreciate y'all. We're seen literally all over the world. Put it in the comment box.
Again, we've done this 216 times now, so we appreciate you guys.
But here's the big thing we want you to weigh in on. We've got a poll question today that pertains to carpet. We want to hear about this, okay? When it comes to carpet, is it okay to have carpet in the bathroom? Yes or no? Carpet in the bathroom, yes or no? A lot of people's already weighed in on that.
I voted no.
Make sure you guys weigh in on that too, okay? We've gave you number 1, biggest challenges, changes in the 22 real estate market. Give them number 2, my man.
Number 2 is the house prices are still going. Did you hear what I said? They are still going up.
Going up.
Listen to me. I don't know. I don't have my crystal ball to tell you what the future holds. But I can tell you right now, May the 4th, 2022, I don't know about your specific area that you're watching in.
Right.
In Morristown, Tennessee, Lakeway area, home prices are still going up.
Sure.
Now, a lot of people, let's just be honest. I remember 2019.
Sure.
Going back a while.
Right.
I remember 2019, people telling me, I ain't buying a house yet.
Right.
Because I'm waiting on the crash.
Right.
Waiting on this crash.
That's true.
Because home prices was up
Sure.
in 2019.
Right. I'm with you on that.
Higher than they've ever been. They have still. He just said a minute ago, if you just now tuned in,
Historic.
20-some%.
Yes.
Houses have went up.
Sure.
They're still going up.
Supply and demand.
It's a supply and demand thing. I said this the other day. This is just my personal belief. I've believed this for a long time. I know as of right now, lumber prices are still going up.
Sure.
I don't think ever, I might be wrong,
Greg says no carpet in the bathroom.
I don't think that ever there's been, and this is, so there's a demand. People need houses. But I still don't think that there's ever been such a difference on should I buy a house or should I build a house.
Sure.
Because the way lumber prices are right now, go talk to a builder.
Yes.
Go talk to a builder. They're going to tell you $275, $300 a square foot.
Right.
I mean, that's what we're hearing people say. So should I buy one? When you say I can buy one, now again, back in the day, yeah, you could go buy one for $70 a square foot.
Sure.
Now you're buying them for $175 a square foot, but would I pay? Am I doing better paying $175 or $275?
Sure, I'm with you.
Take $100 a square foot, boys, and add that up.
Well, I mean, that again in itself, when you combine the higher interest rates, the higher home prices, that's why we said biggest challenges we're seeing people see in 2022. So you put this information out there and you say to people, look, you know, I don't know what your housing situation is. Don't know if you need to buy, sell, whatever. We can help you with all of it. But you really got to look at it and say, again, where does this fit in with me? What's my needs?
Well, we're all individual situations.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But also, we've got to fully 100% understand. I told our agents this the other day, we're not going to wake up tomorrow and the inventory housing crisis that we're at. That's why prices are way up here.
Yes.
The inventory is at historical low as well as the prices. That's why it's that way. But we ain't waking up tomorrow, dude, and having 1,000 new houses to sell. It's not going to happen here. It's not happening in the United States. A lot of it is because of building and what you're talking about. It's up here. Builders can't build right now. A lot of them can't.
Don't have the stuff.
So there's a lot of things that you look at and you're putting all that together. And it's creating these challenges for you, okay? Yeah. It makes it more challenging. The answer to the question is, should I buy, should I sell right now? You need to sit down with the qualified people, whether that be lenders to look at your interest rate, whether that be people like us, realtors, to look at what your market analysis, your house is going to bring in a market like this. You need to look down, have all of that put out in front of you. So at the end of the day, you can make an educated decision on what it is that you need to do in this 2022 market. I will still tell you, there's still a whole lot of people looking at it saying, now's the time to buy, now's the time to sell. I'm never going to throw a blanket over that for everybody to say, it's time for me to do it, because it might not be time for you to do it. But have the conversation with a qualified individual. They're going to be able to lead you and guide you as to what you need to do for your specific situation. That's the two that we've got for you today. The challenges that we're seeing, rates up, prices up. You need to have conversation with qualified individuals. Of course, anybody here at Elite Realty Group would love to sit down with you and have those conversations with you. If we can help you, whether you're buying, selling, investing, doing anything that there is to do with real estate, we are the place to go to give you that information.